I was drying myself off, and I thought I had dried myself off adequately. And well, when you wear a shirt and your skin is wet, so there you go. A lot of these videos I tend to record very early in the morning, and as I record them, it also means that I'm also getting ready in the morning for whatever my day is going to look like, whether that be my job or whatnot. Yes, I am employed. Yes, so I would love to do YouTube full time, YouTube and streaming full time. But we're not there yet. We will get there soon. We're just not there yet. Till then, let's keep at it. Before we go ahead and get started with this video, I would like to go ahead and say thank you, God, for giving me the opportunity to make this video. The next thing I would like to go ahead and do is say thank you to each and everybody who has become a member of the stream. If you'd like to be a member of the stream, all you have to do is simply click that member link right next to the subscription button. It goes a long way. It's pretty cheap, and it helps me make better videos for you guys. Again, this is not a requirement. It's only if you have it in you to be able to give out. So I would like to go ahead and say a huge thank you to everyone who has decided to do so. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started with our first video. This is going to be Carla. Let's go ahead and see what Carla has for us today.
Out of the East Blue. I wasn't going to do a whole video just on this arc because it's so short.
Okay.
But then some things actually happened that I wanted to talk about. First of all, what do you mean Nami has an entire tangerine grove on the merry-go? Like, my heart. And then we saw Shanks again. I have been waiting since Romance Dawn to see him again. I know that wasn't that long ago, but still, it was like 100 chapters. And I loved the little flash to Luffy's village because our boy made it. He's wanted. Y'all, I'm too weak for this. Like, as someone who reads mostly emotional devastation, you'd think that I'm primed for this, but it's like the tiny little moments that always get me. And yes, I am, in fact, cooked. I'm afraid my man Zoro needs some therapy. He's got some trauma to unpack. I mean, same. But I'm really happy that he has 3 swords again. There's clearly some very cool lore behind these swords, and I'm sure we'll learn more about them as the story progresses. So Alvida got hot. I've been wondering who the girlfriend type character was with Buggy whenever we saw them in the cover stories. This was not what I expected.
You were wondering?
I definitely didn't expect her to be
like
a predator and wanting Luffy to be her boyfriend. Weird choice. But she's back. I'm very intrigued by Dragon, and I can't wait to learn more. Obviously, that was a setup for something in the future. As a fantasy reader, I hyperfixate on details, and I can't help but attempt to piece together clues and come up with theories, which you guys will be hearing a lot throughout this journey. I don't know enough. I haven't read enough to really start to even conceive any theories.
Okay.
But clearly, this is setting something up, and I'm very excited to learn more about this character and how he fits into the bigger puzzle.
Okay.
And how he's connected to, it seems like, Luffy and the Straw Hats. Anyway, I know not much happened this arc, but it was like the kickoff to the Grand Line. And these panels right here, we've talked about this. I'm kind of soft. Just like seeing them each going after their dream is super exciting. I can't wait to start the next arc. Honestly, I'm probably going to start at some point tonight. So maybe we'll have another update this week.
Oh, okay.
I am officially up.
Did we get another update that week? Okay, so we did get a bunch of updates. We'll go ahead and check them out later, though. We have a lot of other people to go through. Give me a second.
You guys.
Okay, here we have Trashley. It's been a minute, Trashley. Let's see what you've been up to.
I finished the Baratier arc of One Piece last night. This chapter is 42 through 68. If you have not read,
I see a Eevee thingy in the background. I don't know if you guys can see it too, but there's a Eevee plushie, it looks like, in the background. Trashley, are you a big fan of Eevee? I love Pokemon.
To that point yet, please save this for later or scroll away. There will be spoilers. Let's get into it. And if you see me looking down throughout this video, I am consulting my One Piece notebook. I have my reactions and thoughts all written down in here, so don't mind me. But guys, what a fun arc. One of my main complaints in the first few arcs that we had was that everything's set on an island, and I really wanted something at sea. And then we got that. Anytime there's a panel with the full ship in it, I love that. All the fine lines and the details and the architecture is just so stunning to me. And I thought the Baratier ship was super funny because of the fish head and how it was designed was really fun and silly. But in general, the stakes for Luffy and the crew have never been higher, and things start to get pretty dark in this storyline, and I was not prepared for that. I loved...
One thing I'm not sure about is I hope the background sound is... It doesn't sound copyrighted, right? I hope it's not copyrighted. Let's keep watching, though.
All of the crew members and cooks that were introduced on the Baratier ocean-going restaurant. Sanji kind of annoyed me in the beginning, but again, similar to Usopp, by the end, I liked his redemption arc, and I'm very excited to see how he interacts with the whole group moving forward. I also really liked Chef Seth. I thought his mustache was really silly, and his super tall chef's hat was extra silly, but he was about his business, don't get me wrong. That man was not silly. Was it Patty Cook? He also cracked me up because I've worked in customer service for years, and when he says customer service is love, I laughed out loud. And I love that he was practicing his lines in the bathroom mirror. I thought that was really cute and endearing. But getting back to Sanji, he was just very unhinged in the beginning of this arc, and by the end, I could definitely see some parallels between him and Luffy and even Zoro. They have this like no quitting mentality and care about the quality of work that they produce, whether it be the food that they make, whether it be being the greatest swordsman in the world or being king of the pirates. They're cut from the same cloth. And with the introduction of Don Krieg specifically, I'm starting to see the political commentary and themes emerging. How military might going up against sheer grit and determination seems like a David and Goliath sort of situation. And it may just be dumb, youthful ignorance, but Luffy does not give up and Luffy does not get deterred. And it seems like luck plays a substantial role in Luffy's fate at times, and I'm very weary of the day where his luck runs out. And the theme or idea that like everyone is seeking out their own treasure or trying to protect their own treasure or dream is expanded in this arc with these new characters. I was so disappointed in Nami that she left with the ship and treasure kind of early on in this storyline, but I have a feeling we're going to be seeing her again, hopefully in Arlong Park, because I need more Nami. I also thought the battle between Zoro and Hawkeye was really interesting because like what kind of pirate spares a pirate hunter? But I also think that sort of plays into the part where Zoro is very similar to Luffy and very similar to Sanji, and them all being sort of cut from the same cloth. They are very determined to be the best at what they do, and there is no compromising on that, and I guess Hawkeye respected that. I also loved getting more lore on the Grand Line, the oceans being in quadrants, and how East Blue is the most tame of the four. I'm a little bit scared, guys. If the ocean that they're currently in is the tamest, I'm very frightened for what's to come once they are elsewhere. I also love that the all blue is sort of a parallel to the One Piece for pirates, but for cooks. Also, it seems the flashbacks are always going to have some sort of emotional impact on me, and I did love seeing Chef Seth in Sanji's origin story. And I can't believe that man ate his own legs so Sanji could have all of the food. That seems like a little excessive, but
Excessive?
It was pretty sweet.
I feel like they didn't have much of a choice, honestly. No, I really don't think they had much of a choice in that. No. Was there actually much of a choice? No. I mean, they could have tried to split it, but realistically, it's considering how much time they had, they would have never been able to last, because Sanji did run out of food eventually, even with rationing them. Right. Yeah, no, they didn't have much choice, you know.
And then my absolute favorite quote from this entire arc was how grit counts more than steel, said by Chef Seth, of course. And it is exactly that grit that is getting Luffy through some of these impossible situations. Like, it seemed like Don Krieg could not lose, but Luffy ultimately comes out on top. But this was definitely his hardest fought battle so far. Overall, this is definitely the most action-packed storyline we've had so far. And I loved the character development. I loved the expansion of sort of the world knowledge that we have so far. And I like the cliffhanger of, we gotta go find Nami, we gotta go find Zoro, and we're heading to Arlong Park next, and I'm scared. I just know the stakes are going to continue to rise for Luffy and the gang, and I'm very frightened of what's to come, but very excited at the same time. I will be taking a very small break before starting Arlong Park just to catch up on some other reading I need to do,
Okay.
But I'll have another update for you guys soon, so stay tuned.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it. This is gonna be nice. All right, thank you, Trashley. This is cool. I'm looking forward to the next review.
I had to pick up one.
Okay, here we have Bree. I feel like we've done Bree before. Okay, so this right here is Syrup Village. So we have done her before. We have. Because I remember now we're on Syrup Village. Okay, yeah. So we have done her before. We've seen her ones with Romance Dawn. So we have done her before.
I finished the Syrup Village arc, and here are a few of my thoughts.
Okay.
I didn't know how I was going to like Usopp. But
Okay.
I feel like he definitely grew on me. This arc really showed me who he is. That while yes, he is a liar, he's also incredibly brave. And you can see that throughout the entire arc, but mostly when he decides to stay and fight for the townspeople, even though they don't really like him, or at least they're really annoyed with him. We ended up meeting Kaya, who is a wealthy heiress, and her butler, who ends up being Captain Kuro, who is planning to kill Kaya, steal her fortune, and disappear and live his life wealthy. I did notice something on Peace of Mind, and I thought it was really interesting how it was mentioned a couple times in this arc. Being when Captain Kuro says that he just wants to no longer be a pirate and to just have a peace of mind. I feel like it showed the extremes that Captain Kuro was willing to go to find a false peace. He would never attain a peace of mind or a true peace by the way that he was going. Peace is not attainable through deception or murder or losing one's identity, him not wanting to be a pirate any longer. I feel like you aren't able to find peace that way. Time was brought up where Usopp wanted to protect the townspeople's peace of mind, just like he wanted to do with his mom and even Kaya. He wanted to give them hope. This was a pivotal moment for Usopp's character arc. I feel like he's only going to get better from here. Like, I know that I like him right now, but I feel like I'm only going to like him more and more. Moments in here that literally I was dying laughing. I think one of them being when Luffy couldn't tell which way was north. As a pirate, that's so important, but he just could not figure it out. Another time was when Nami pushed Zoro into the trap that they had made for the pirates. Last one was when they finally got the ship and Mary was trying to tell them how the ship works, and Nami was like, I don't know why you're talking to them, they're not gonna understand. Literally, I love Nami so much. It was just so funny to see her respond to that. Really enjoyed the flashbacks of Usopp when he was younger, and then I also enjoyed the flashbacks of Captain Kuro to see kind of where he came from. Also noticed that Captain Morgan made an appearance, so it was interesting to see him and kind of like his backstory. It was interesting how Usopp was drawn. You can see his nose is very long, and I thought that was a very good picture, and I feel like it was drawn very intentionally because it reminded me a lot like Pinocchio.
There you go.
And I feel like since Usopp tells lies, the two can kind of be relatable, and I feel like that was drawn very intentional. That's my update, and I really enjoyed this, and I'm looking forward to volume 6.
I finished reading volumes 13 and 14.
Okay, so now we have Juliette. As you all know, Juliette is a staple. Let's go ahead and react to it.
Currently reading the beginning of 15, but a lot happened and I got sick and I'm a little upset, so I didn't make a video about all the things that I saw. But Luffy was hypnotized for a while by that girl that can just draw patterns on the floor, and he took a little longer to help his friends. I genuinely thought they were gonna die. Mind you, Zoro hacked his own feet trying to cut them off just to get off of this platform. I don't know what he was thinking, or if he was thinking at all, but that is the most idiotic thing I've ever read in my life. And then when he gave up, he posed to be frozen. So I like how they have zero faith in Usopp in situations like this, where he was just standing there with a duck, you know, trying to help, really unable to do anything. But they genuinely don't have faith in him or don't rely on him in situations like this. Also, Sanji was just wandering around for a while, and then he spoke to Mr. Zero on the phone, on the snail phone, pretending to be Mr. 3. And Mr. 3 was made to be this big deal, and Luffy just kicked him in the face, and then immobilized him. This Mr. Zero, aka Crocodile, has an actual crocodile, like a huge one. We saw it in the panel when he was speaking to Sanji. Also, Miss All Sunday is sus. Why did she help them to begin with? And why didn't she tell Miss Crocodile? Like, we didn't see. The thing is, he's Mr. Zero, Mr. Crocodile, is not lenient when it comes to breaking the code or the policy of their organization. And as soon as he saw that Mr. 3, who Sanji was pretending to be at the time, when he was speaking to him on the phone, say like, oh yeah, I killed them, and then he paused because the bird and the otter were there, and so he like beat them and then came back and said, oh yeah, sorry, I thought they were dead, but now they're actually dead. He has zero leniency when it comes to this. He immediately told Miss All Sunday, like, yeah, get rid of Mr. 3. No forgiveness, no nothing. How does he come up with people to just replace these agents? If like the closer you are to Zero, the more important you are, how does he find them so fast?
Also, we got a little quick glimpse on Smoker and the girl that looked like Zoro's best friend also going to Alabasta. Giants were nice. They helped them. They helped them escape the island. Right. Treat me like I'm the crazy one. Treat me like I'm the crazy one for reading texts on page. Does it hurt to be sick? Asked Luffy. Don't know. I've never been sick, says both Usopp and Sanji. And then Vivi says, are you people even human? Am I allowed to read into this?
If you know, you know.
Anime bros, can I read into this and analyze it? It genuinely almost drove me off the internet. Stuff in Alabasta are going...
Yes, you're allowed to look into it, Juliette. I, as the lead ambassador and head captain of the Syndicate Pirates, therefore deem you allowed to be able to read into this. Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Down, 300,000 soldiers have defected from the Royal Army and joined the rebels. I mean, I know that the organization is like sabotaging this kingdom, but they probably don't like... They're probably not finding things out of thin air to make these citizens angry enough to have 300,000 soldiers defecting. Like, the government must be doing something wrong. Kingdom or the authority, the royal family, whatever, they must not be that good to the citizen, or like for them to like be in such an uproar, if you know what I mean. Unless like the organization is absolutely like lying to people or doing things and then blaming it on the government. But that's crazy news. I don't trust Vivi at all right now. The royal family, for them to lose 300,000 soldiers, they must be doing something terribly wrong. Like, they must be terrible to the citizens, to the point where it's easy to instigate the citizens. Like, nobody would be in an uproar if they weren't being treated horribly. You know what I mean? Finish.
That is true. That is a very good point. I need you to look and read into every single detail, Juliette. You have hereby been instructed to do so.
Stupid care.
I enjoyed that last video so much that I think we have to do another Juliette video. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Characters who are actually like dumb are the way to my heart. They're so funny for no reason. Princess is telling them, oh you guys, I can't tell you the name of the boss of this organization that wants to take over my country, but then 2 seconds later tells them the name of the boss who wants to overtake her country, who is so dangerous that if they knew the name of, would come after them. The name. I'm sorry, it slipped out. Slipped out. Now those creeps will be after us too. The 7 warlords of the sea. This is too much. Oh, Nami's crying. You two shut up. Sir Crocodile had once a bounty of 80 million berries on his head. And he's one of the 7 lords of the sea. 7 lords? I need to take notes actually, hold on.
Yeah.
Her big-headed royal guard disguised himself as her so that he can divert attention from her. I think it's the most believable disguise I've ever seen in my life. Gave them a log post which like is eternal. It's better than all of the other log posts. So they can set sail to Alabasta. It's up to her to save the kingdom. Boom. What just happened? They got him already? Oh my Allah. Is he dead? Just when you think they set sail to run away, we have this girl named Miss All Sunday, Barak Works Vice President and Supreme Commander, just sitting on their ship, perched up, watching them. She did say here that, oh, I'm glad that they escaped, but what is she talking about? Is she like with the princess? I just had to help you. You're just kind like that? Goodness of your heart? Princess declaring war on a Barak Work to save her country. How pathetic. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted by Sanji. My beloved Miss Wednesday. Bro, what happened to your love for Nami? What kind of power was that?
Listen. Okay? Right now, Nami has not taken his love. He's been giving out love to Nami, and she ain't taking it, okay? So why not keep shooting shots, all right? Are you going to tell a basketball player to stop playing because he hasn't won a championships? No, simply because he hasn't won a championships, he needs to continue playing, okay? Are you going to tell somebody offering you $100 that, no, I have a salary? Money is money. Listen. This is how the Sanji mentality moves, Juliette. You gotta get in on it. If she ain't saying yes, that means everybody else is on the market too. Okay? Until she said we exclusive, we just passerbys.
She's beautiful. Sanji, I'm actually like, I wish I was next to him so I could just backhand him. Luffy's hat was on her head. Oh my.
Look, if Nami would return any of the love, it'd be really nice, you know. Why ain't she doing it, huh? Why is she always giving him the cold shoulder? You expect me to constantly be obsessed about somebody who's giving me the cold shoulder? Huh? I have standards, you know.
God, I just noticed that too. Oh, okay. See, don't touch his hat, bro. Who's this woman? But the worst of luck all is where your log pose is sending you. You're headed for a place called Little Garden. Bother killing you after all. You'll never reach Alabasta or see Sir Crocodile's face. Give me back my hat. You. Luffy doesn't give a shit what's happening. His hat is on her head and he wants her head off now. Luffy is on crack in this volume. He just took the lock pose and crushed it in his hand. God, give me patience. Give me patience. Oh my god. Gets on a big turtle and leave. Oh, Nami, you're so cute when you're scared. Bro, Sanji pisses me off. Why is he like that? Why is Luffy so
Now Sanji can't even compliment people. What is this Sanji hate? What is this Sanji slander? Why is he not allowed to compliment people? Juliette! Ooh, when I catch you, Juliette, when I catch you.
so positive and happy like most of the time when he's in danger? He's such a menace. This is actually nice because we're starting to see how the dynamic between the crew is working now that they're like all collected and together. Luffy just takes off as soon as they reach the island, goes on his adventure. See you when we see you. Zoro's like, okay, I'm gonna take a walk. And Sanji tells him, like, we're running out of food. If you come across anything that looks edible, bring it back. Will do. I'll back something you could never kill. Nami and Usopp crying. There's dinosaurs? I don't know why I was so shocked about dinosaurs. This kid is literally stretchy as hell. The age of dinosaurs never ended here. Because it's so hard to travel on the Grand Line, the islands here have been isolated, so each one has developed its own unique culture. Some cultures are very advanced, others have stayed unchanged for thousands of years. The unstable climate on the Grand Line makes this possible. Are we gonna see, like, dystopian shit on here too? Oh. Luffy just rode a dinosaur. Genuine heart attacks. Like, this kid is a menace. To its inhabitants, the island truly is a little garden. Therefore, let us call the little garden Land of Giants. Oh. Wait, are dinosaurs edible? Could we eat dinosaurs? Groggy the Giant.
Juliette, you are a gem. Are dinosaurs edible? We would be best friends.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Groggy the Giant just chopped off a dinosaur's head. Now we feast, you're my guests. Play dead, play dead, play dead. Almi and Usopp are my spirits in this series. They're me and I am them. Bro, this is so insane. It's like they went back in time. Oh. Dory the Giant. Bro, it's just an island of giants. Stupid characters who are
An island of giants. Yeah. This is nice, Juliette. This is nice. I really enjoy talking to you, Juliette. You're pretty cool. Okay. Now I need everyone who's watching this to do me a favor. I need you all to go to Juliette's comment section, okay? On her TikTok. Go to Juliette's comment section and tell her she needs to do an interview with syndicates, okay? Tell her. Okay, she gotta do an interview. We gotta interview her. I have not been able to reach Juliette yet, okay? We've been reacting to her video. Out of all the other Booktokers I'm pretty close to. But for some reason, I can't reach Juliette, okay? She's inconceivable. This is somebody new. Hello, Sarah. Okay.
The BookTok girlies have discovered One Piece,
Right.
and I fear I have to be a part of the conversation because I'm also reading One Piece right now, and it also was my first manga that I've ever read. So,
Okay.
I don't know. I love it, and I wanted to yap about it for a second. Like, I did not think that One Piece was going to be for me initially. To elaborate, One Piece follows the story of Luffy, who his body is actually made out of rubber, which makes him very strong in combat. Like, bullets literally bounce off of him, and he is on the journey to become the king of the pirates. And in this world, that means he has to basically sail across the entire sea and find the legendary treasure known as the One Piece. The premise of the plot was pretty simple, but the world is kind of absurd, and I just wasn't drawn to it initially. But I kept hearing how amazing it was, and I decided to give it a shot, and the thing that hooked me in was the characters. I very quickly became attached to our main character, Luffy. He is impulsive, very chaotic good, will do anything he needs to protect his friends, and is also just kind of stupid and a 17-year-old boy and acts without thinking, but it ends up being very endearing. And so I very quickly was like, I don't know about all of this, but I like this guy. Let's make him king of the pirates. I'm along for the ride, you know? So yeah. My favorite thing for sure is learning the characters' backstories, like characters that have gone through things like growing up without your parents around, poverty, feeling like, you know, you don't necessarily fit in, and then finding friends, finding your confidence and your sense of self. And then things like even political oppression and discrimination and political trauma. Like, One Piece literally covers it all, and I'm only halfway through. So even though we are in this kind of insane fantasy setting that's seemingly non-serious on first glance, these characters go through very real struggles and respond to them in very relatable ways. The illustrations and art style also so clearly portray the emotions that these characters are feeling at any given moment. Like, the manga art style in general, or maybe it's just Oda in particular, but everything is very exaggerated, which is, like, honestly kind of takes some getting used to when you're first getting into it, but once you're into it, makes the experience so much more immersive, because like it's almost like the experience of empathizing with the characters is a little bit more accessible because it's so clearly depicted to me. Like, you know, I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm trying to say that I find myself crying multiple times an arc because I feel like I'm going through that experience with the character and living it with them. And also, Oda writes likable, interesting characters on a surface level. Like, every character has a distinct personality, so they all feel unique, but then now I'm like going through the trenches with them. And I don't know, I'm also just a very sensitive person, so I really benefit from having that kind of like emotional release. So I don't know, I'm just here for it. I'm addicted to it. Another thing to love about One Piece is the world building and world design. So even if you're someone like me who is not initially attracted to the whole like pirate vibe of the world, Oda does such a good job at building intrigue for like just what is going on in this world in general. Each island that we go to has its own theme, its own culture, its own problems that the people on that island are wrestling with. So I'm constantly curious about what the next island has in store. And also, he does a good job at like slowly teasing out details about the systems of power that are at play in this world that like, so the characters are interesting and I care about them, and that keeps me reading from arc to arc. But then also I get these little bits of information here and there about like what could possibly be going on in the world at large that like also motivate me to want to keep reading, if that makes sense. The world is also so interconnected. Like, there are things happening at where I'm reading now that have ties back to things that happened hundreds of chapters ago. It helps me care about new characters more, if that makes sense. Like, when you meet a new character and then it's tied back to some event that happened hundreds of chapters ago that like hit me emotionally back then, I'm immediately invested in this new character and their story and their desires and goals and all of the things, you know? So that's also just really cool. So basically, I think One Piece is special, and I am trying to make up for the fact that I literally judged a book by its cover, which you're not supposed to do. So yeah.
Says who? Man, what you mean? I'm not so... Says who? Why do authors spend so much money on commissioning artists to do the covers if I'm not supposed to judge it by its cover? Why do they should just make the cover just the title, don't even put any cool lettering or cool hieroglyphics, just make it just the lettering then, huh? What do you mean? I am supposed to judge it by the cover. Okay? Whoever made that saying should have specified, don't judge things at first glance. That's what you should do. You should judge things by its cover. As human beings, it is in our DNA, in our instinct to judge things by its cover. When you see things, okay, this has been proven. You can look this up, go ahead and Google search it. You know what? Let me go ahead and teach you how this works. When you watch things, when you see anything, your first instinct as a human being is three things. Can it kill me? Can I reproduce with it? Can I eat it? That's why your eyesight are your primary uses of survival, okay? That's why you make shapes in clouds. Your mind automatically needs to associate whatever it sees with something familiar, whether that be danger, whether that be reproduction, or whether that be edible to survive, okay? That's how things work. So by nature, you are supposed to judge things by its cover. Just not necessarily judge things on your first glance.
I'm gonna make a short one, and I'm only...
Okay, so this one is Becky. We finally got Becky back, guys. Oh, I want to interview Becky again. I miss talking to Becky. Becky, if you're watching this, we gotta interview you again, man. She needs to I need Becky to like read a few more so I can interview her.
I'm going to touch on one aspect of Syrup Village. So what I want to focus on, like I always do with every deep dive, is the title. So this title is Syrup Village. And you're going to be like, Becky, that's ridiculous. Why is syrup so profound? What is syrup? It is sticky. If you put...
We're not about to do a deep dive on the word syrup, Becky. Becky, please. Becky, I love Becky so much.
Syrup in your hands are going to be stuck, right? Okay, let's keep that in mind. In Syrup Village, we meet Usopp. Now, Usopp, to me, is very stuck. He is stuck in his situation, waiting for his father to come back, who doesn't. He is stuck caring for Kaya. Now, I'm not saying this is a bad thing. He does want to be there, but he's stuck. He can't leave because he cares about Kaya. He wants to make sure that she gets better. He's not going to leave her on her own. So he's basically stuck in Syrup Village. I think meeting Gaimon before, who was stuck in the treasure chest, is kind of foreshadowing this a little bit, because they meet Gaimon. Gaimon is stuck in this treasure chest, can't get out, and then now suddenly they go to Syrup Village and they meet a character who is not physically stuck, but more emotionally stuck, mentally stuck, and is in a point in his life where nothing's really going his way. Now, Usopp meets Luffy and Zoro and Nami, and he expects them to just laugh at him, but they decide to help him. They're like, we're not laughing at you, we actually have your back. And I think this kind of really gives Usopp the courage that he needs to come up with this crazy plan. And this crazy plan involves oil, putting oil down kind of the slopes so that they can defeat the enemy. Something that I think is actually really, really funny about this is here, it's Dawn. Romance Dawn was the arc that Luffy sort of found himself and is going on this grand adventure. And now we are at this point where Usopp's plan and his kind of way to get himself unstuck using this oil, it's happening at Dawn as well. So I think that's a really, really interesting connection between those two arcs. Now, why is oil significant? Oil... If you want to get makeup off your face, you're going to use oil. If you want...
I actually did not know that. Is that really what people... It doesn't sound sanitary. Okay, all you makeup people. All you makeup people. Is that really what y'all use, like oil to like take makeup off? It doesn't sound sanitary. It doesn't. I thought you use water. Or like makeup remover. Then again, I never knew what makeup remover was made out of. I thought you would use like some kind of like little dosage of like alcohol swabs. You know, I don't know. Okay, I don't use makeup. Okay, does oil really remove stuff? I feel like it adds more stuff. Am I tripping?
A lubricant. Oil is used for cleansing. It is used for removing something that you don't want on your body.
Really? I know it's a lubricant. Listen. We all know oil is a lubricant. But since when has it been used to remove stuff? Wait. No, everything I can think of in my mind is still lubricating. I don't know.
Body or on a tool. Oil has also been used in rituals around the world to kind of cleanse and purify the spirit. In many cultures, many religions.
Has it? I've heard of holy water, not holy I've heard of incense. Maybe incense is a type of oil, but I've heard of holy water, not holy oil. I don't know.
Around the world, oil is very significant, and I think this oil symbolizes getting someone not necessarily physically unstuck, but also mentally unstuck, emotionally unstuck, spiritually unstuck, and that's exactly what Usopp needs. Now, while this plan did not go through the way that they wanted it to go through, I think it still actually worked because all three of them were able to kind of work together and end up defeating the villains. Now that the villains are defeated, Kuro is defeated, his crew is defeated, Usopp can leave. He's no longer stuck in Syrup Village because now Kaya has given them a ship. Kaya has given her blessing. He doesn't have to worry about her anymore because Kuro is not going to be there to, you know, kill her, essentially. I think this is really what Usopp needed in order to unstick himself from his situation. Now he has these people who believe in him when no one else really did. He has the courage that he needs to go out and be a great pirate, and he has the blessing from Kaya, who no longer really needs him anymore, and he knows that
I have a question. I see a lot of Copic map markers in the background. As an artist myself, yes, guys, I do draw. I gotta do like a drawing stream or a drawing video, but as an artist myself, I am wondering, do you draw? Becky, do you draw or something? Like, I'm actually curious on that. I see a lot of Copic markers in the background.
she will be there for him when he comes back. So I think that oil was really significant in getting him unstuck from his situation, because if that plan had never happened, if he never met Luffy, if he never met Nami, if he never met Zoro, we would probably still see him back in Syrup Village, still stuck. That's gonna be my first deep dive for Syrup Village, and I will obviously do more, but I'm gonna make it short because I want this to get seen by people and liked by people. So if you enjoyed this, like it, comment, repost it. I will be making a lot more in the future, and I'm gonna make a longer version on the other channel, so stay tuned for that one as well. And
the other channel, there's another one? Is there like a Becky part 2? Where's the other? Let me look at your link tree. Where's the other? Oh, YouTube. Oh, you're on YouTube. Becky and Books. Ah, okay. Guys, go subscribe to Becky and Books.
What do you mean? That the crew that Laboon's been waiting for is all dead, except for Brooke.
Oh, you found out. Oh, I shouldn't be laughing. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I should not be laughing. You found out. Yeah. Oda feeds on your tears, Mari. Your tears specifically, Mari. He feeds on them.
I knew it was probable, but just having it confirmed is really fucking depressing. What do you mean?
Wait, that was... Oh my gosh, that was the whole video? I need more. Give me like a review or something. She probably did a Thriller Bark review. We'll just check that out in a little bit.
All right, one.
Okay, you guys know we had to do Cherry Cheddar. We love Cherry Cheddar. We had to do Cherry Cheddar again. Let's go ahead and check out what she's been up to.
Piece gang. So as much as I am very much a One Piece fan now, I still very much am a book talk girl, and I read a lot of books. Of course. So if
also known as an Ohara girly.
Any of you want to get into reading and you want something that maybe has kind of similar vibes, there are a couple books that kind of fit the One Piece.
Okay, so this is a book recommendation. Gotcha. You know what? We love you so much, we will still watch it.
Piece narrative. Number 1, The Lies of Locke Lamora. This is one of my top 5 books of all time. It is amazing. If you love the kind of found family, very mischievous, this takes place in a port town, it's just a blast. Think of like Robin Hood joins the Thieves Guild in Skyrim. So it's very chaotic, it's very...
Skyrim? What you know about Skyrim? You play games? You're a gamer, Cheddar? Are you a gamer? What you know about Skyrim?
Very funny. Called the Gentleman Bastard series. It's not completed yet, I will say that. However, the second book is called Red Seas Under Red Skies, and it features pirates. So it's meant to be. I love this book. I highly, highly recommend it. If you have not read a ton of books, if you are kind of intimidated to start, you want something that's going to be a little easier to read and to digest, I recommend the Percy Jackson series by Rick Riordan. Listen, this is the series that started it all for me. I can't tell you how many times I have reread this series. It's 5 books. It's phenomenal. It's a middle grade. It's easy to binge. It's great for any age, truly. You follow Percy, who's a very lovable main character, tries to do the right thing given his circumstances. He meets several friends along the way. He starts young, and you follow him each year as he gets older. It's just phenomenal. Again, great introductory series. I can't recommend it enough. Next up, if you really love the found family and kind of high stakes that things get in One Piece with a few silly moments and plenty of serious thrown in, I'm going to recommend the Six of Crows duology to you. It is a YA series. You don't need to read
a YA series. I don't know what it's YA. No, I gotta figure this out. YA. Young Ambassador. YA. Yearly Anniversary. YA. I don't know.
Leah Bardugo's other series in this universe. It is a separate series. Follows Kaz and his kind of misfit crew, and they are organizing a huge heist. They find out a lot about themselves along the way. Think like Peaky Blinders in a way. It's very easy.
I love Peaky Blinders. Oh my gosh, man. I love Peaky Blinders. I love Peaky Blinders.
Easy to binge. I just love it so much. Okay, and the last series I'm going to recommend if you really like politics, I am going to recommend Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. It's a great introduction to Brandon Sanderson. It's really going to help you decide if Brandon Sanderson is a writer for you. But same deal, there is a group of characters that come together. The magic system is so fascinating and well thought out. It involves a lot of physics. If you're looking for something, again, kind of a great introductory into the adult fantasy genre, then this is going to be a really, really good fit for you. So those are just a few recs. My DMs are always open if you want more of them, but I figure those...
Not for you guys, okay? Okay, her DMs are open for me. Stop being weirdos, okay? Everybody shoot.
4 are kind of a good broad range depending on where you're at in your reading journey. Thank you for supporting me on my One Piece journey, and I hope that some of...
Anytime, Cherry Cheddar. We will always continue to support you. We got your back. You are now one of the syndicates.
My favorite books find their way to you too.
Alright guys, that's what we're gonna go ahead and end this video. I don't know how long this video was. It might be relatively short or long, I'm not sure. But then again guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. And thank you God for giving me the opportunity to make this video. I'll see you guys later. Peace out, stay classy.